Beautiful night, beautiful light, and welcome back to Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot. Coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada, I am your hostess. I go by Melinda, NailFanatic, and I want to thank you for joining me for this latest free channeled tarot message with its timeless essence from the Tarot in the Shadows series. If it resonates, pick it up and run with it. If it doesn't, leave it where you found it. Make your choices and decisions responsibly, because you're always responsible for the choices and decisions that you make. When you're tuned, you tapped it turned on, subscribe, tap the bell for all notifications, and give each video a thumbs up. You let your guides know that you're ready to receive your messages. For those of you who want personal services or personal questions, look below the video for detailed descriptions of how you can make that happen and on the website. For all of you new ones, we're so thankful and grateful to align with you now. And for our old ones, thank you for holding it down for the new ones to come around. So, with all that being said and done, remember, you might get triggered. You might not want to hear it, but that's what Tarot in the Shadows is all about. So, after these messages, we'll be right back. Yeah. All right. So, shout out to Cindy V, our first commenter of the session. So check this out, guys. Memberships just went live. The channel now has memberships, which means there are no more $10 after the live personal minis. TikToks are still $10, but if you want to get live minis, you got to become a member, a top tier member. Check it out, investigate, see if it's for you. Our Prime memberships, they do come with personal minis after, and so I thought that you guys might enjoy that, but it was time for me to implement this whole opportunity here. So the levels are loyalty tribe, tribe builder, and tribe investor. So check it out. If it's for you, I'll be so thankful and grateful to have you as a member on my channel. I'm so excited to debut that. Okay. It's been in the works for a while. I've been trying to figure out how to work it best, and that's what we have. So, what do we have? Oh, yay! My first membership! I'm so excited right now, you guys. I can't hide my excitement. Okay, I just got my first member right after talking about having memberships. Yay! So thankful and grateful. Thank you so much, Cindy. Oh, man. All right, that felt good. Okay. I have my fairy dust cards out. I haven't used them in a long time. So let's get a message from the fairy dust. What's going on in the shadows tonight? This is rain. Rain, rain comes today. Let all your troubles wash away. So there's some troubles going on. Somebody's been crying. Okay. We're going to pull only because I waited way too late to start the reading. I got caught up, as a matter of fact, welcome Wasteland, because I got caught up in I've been watching a series and it's all about the Scottish. So I got caught up. I was just sitting here enjoying myself. And the next thing you know, I had saw like a whole 3 episodes. I was like, oh shit, I got to do my shadows. It's already like time where I'm going to be passing out in a minute here. So let's get into your Tarot in the Shadows message today. We're going to work with the Dark Goddess Tarot. I'm being told that I need to read from each of the positions because we're only going to do 3 positions today. We're going to do the situation, past, present, and future from the all the decks that we're going to use today. So, past coming out, present, 1 card for the present, please. Oh my gosh, I got my first membership. You guys, I've been waiting so long to launch the memberships, and honestly, I feel a transition to full-time tarot, and just leave my daughter all the nail business. But it depends on you guys. Honestly, it depends on the productivity of the channel. If this channel can replace the nail income, then I'm with it, because I love what I do here. I really do. And it feels like with the nails, it's like bait to get them in to sit down and listen to what I have to say. You guys, Spirit don't have to bait you with these bomb ass nails. I mean, not to say that the nails ain't worth it. I'm just saying they all the way worth it. They all the way love. But I get so much more satisfaction from the direct. You guys are coming here for direct guidance and all of that, and I really, really am grateful. So, the way the membership work is our top tier membership is like getting 2.5 of the two of the 2.5 of the after session. So if you're getting at least 2 or 3 of those a month, you may as well get the membership, and then you're gonna have access to a lot more. So I think that that's awesome, and I'm willing to commit to that. I am, because I feel like this is a beautiful avenue for what really matters most to me, and that's always been my spirituality, even before my spirituality developed to what it is now. So, the bottom of the deck today, we have the Eight of Fire. The Eight of Fire, she is the red bikini. So, they said I'm going to read from all the messages from the book because I really need to get more in tune with these goddesses. So, let's see what it says about the red bikini. We're going to learn together. The red bikini, not bikini. No, I didn't say bikini. I said dakini. You see it? D. The red bikini is the Tibetan goddess of fire and blood, of energy and sexuality. She bursts into manifestation from the realm of spirit. She urges us to engage this world. She transmutes everything she touches back to spirit. The yogini dances and leaps between worlds, creating paths and gateways through her movement. Dakini has been translated as flying woman and she who revels in the freedom of emptiness. She comes from the land of the Dakinis, a place of spiritual women west of Tibet called Odhyana, vehicle of flying. The flight of the Dakinis is that of the shaman, of the spirit that ascends to heaven and descends to the underworld seeking healing in lost souls. The soaring red Dakini initiates change in a great energetic shift, taking life from one level to another. She carries messages of synchronicity and fate. She charges the seed to burst its shell and enter the wheel of life. She revivifies the dead. In her presence, one is set free from old patterns of being and feels flayed, raw, alive. The dross is burned away, and the shining core of spirit is revealed by the fire that holds both terror and bliss. The red Dakini seduces people to follow impossible dreams. She uses her beauty and desirability to inspire the most spiritual quests. She is the fire of the body and the passion of the spirit in one primal, powerful, heavenly, beautiful being. Within the individual, the energy of the red Dakini floods the system. She burns through mental barriers and physical blocks. She allows pain and pleasure to be felt in full, to shake the roofs and the foundations of body and soul. She purifies and invigorates her people who call out to her, who are willing to embrace her, fortunate enough to be chosen by her and brave enough to love her. When the red Dakini appears, the energy of the situation has momentum and direction that are difficult to divert. Get out of the way or go for the ride. Activate your everyday life. Rather than seek convenience, welcome opportunities to move and to do. Whether standing or sitting, elongate your spine. Invite a feeling of freedom and strength into your body. Burn Tibetan incense. Ring a brass bell. Invite the goddess into your life if you are ready for change. Follow your desire. Follow it to its source. Take your heart on the journey. Be present and alive. Do not set your heart on a specific outcome. Do not set your potential for happiness in the future. Feel the potential alive in this moment within your next heartbeat. The Eight of Fire, or the Eight of Wands, is traditionally called the arrows of love. So many people call it the arrows of love. It's about a movement of energy, okay? Eight is about power and fire, a powerful fire. It moves, it burns, it changes things. So that's what we have at the bottom of the deck. In your past energy, what do we have? It's the Hierophant, and it came out in reverse. So I want to just check. Nope, I didn't have all these cards in reverse. In your current energy, you had the Three of Fire, and in the future energy, you have the Death card. So in the past, we had the Hierophant in reverse. The Hierophant in reverse is telling me that you are letting go of some sort of commitment, letting go of some sort of connection. Okay. Really, I gotta read all the cards? Yes, you gotta read all the cards. That's a lot of book stuff. I usually just channel. This is weird. I'll do as I'm told. Cybele. Oh, Cybele is how it's pronounced. Cybele. Okay. Cybele, also called Magna Mater, is the goddess of the primal and always primary earth. The great Mount Ararat, the heart of the land called Phrygia, Anatolia, or Turkey, appears behind her. She is seated on a throne and crowned by the city, by the civilization she makes possible. Adoring lions, the strongest and most imposing of the animals of earth, crouch beside her, dedicating to her all of their passion and power. As do her ardent priests, the goddess is worshipped in orgiastic, cathartic ceremonies. Accompanied by frenzied drums and clashing cymbals, at the climax of the rite, her priests slash their arms with knives to bleed for her. New initiates castrate themselves. Their shocking act emulates that of Attis, Cybele's beloved. He is a beautiful young shepherd who promises the goddess his devotion, and then dallies with a tree nymph and breaks his sacred vow. The goddess's anger, as well as his own remorse, drive him mad. Clutching a jagged stone, he cuts away the source of his offense and bleeds to death beneath a pine tree, violets springing up from his spilled blood. Through the sacrifice of his manhood, Attis gains godhood. The individual becomes eternal. He becomes the god of vegetation, the traditional child and lover of the Earth Mother, who is cut every year to feed his people and resurrected by blood and rapture every spring. Cybele's worship lives across countries and through centuries, carried westward with wild processions and stirring music by ecstatic followers into ancient Greece and Rome. There she is embraced by people looking for mystery in their religion and transcendence in their everyday lives. Cybele proves her power to the officials of Rome in 204 BCE. To address the nation's troubles, an oracle reveals that the goddess must be formally welcomed into the city. An expedition is sent to Phrygia. They bring back a small black stone imbued with her presence and install it with reverence in the Temple of Victory. In that year, the harvest succeeds all previous in abundance. In the next, the invader Hannibal is finally driven from Italy's shores. When Cybele appears, use pine in your aromatics to elevate and deepen your awareness. Go to a mountain and feel how it reaches from the depths to the stars, how it is immensely grounded and incredibly spiritual at the same time. Within a group, you can do more than you can do alone. Even if you work alone as a writing or exercise class, the group dynamic creates energy that makes you go further and push harder. Gather together to reach for more. Look for ways to go beyond the mundane in your everyday tasks. Add meaning through ritual, story, or symbol. Add power and pleasure through scent and music. Nurture a sacred space within yourself during the performance of your duties. Imagine what living at a meta level might look like, where the boundaries of physicality are recognized but outshone. Create a space or create an event. Plant a garden visible to passersby. Have a party including all of your friends, whether they know each other or not. Invite your neighbors. Call a circle of like minded souls to celebrate the seasons. Furnish an opportunity for yourself and others to find community and communion. Dedicate yourself to providing a service to others. Dedicate yourself to the service of a greater power, whether to a deity, a cause, or the earth itself. So, all right, in this is a whole lot of ceremony. It talks about the blood that is uh, the offering. The blood offerings comes out. Okay. It came out in reverse. I heard a sacrifice was not made in the past in a situation for someone here who's watching this. I also see someone in a situation in their past where, like I said originally, you separated from someone. There was a separation from another. Because the Hierophant is our card of long-term committed relationships. So with it being in reverse, yeah, somebody broke a commitment. There was a commitment. It was broken. Somebody might have offered their sacrifice or severed their manhood, so to speak, for a situation and then still not followed through. So let's clarify. Why do we have the Hierophant in reverse? I don't like what they told me to do about reading from the book. I don't do that. Okay. So, clarifying this, we have the Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, and the Hierophant does represent zodiac sign Taurus. We have the Two of Wands, a decision. We have the Ten of Swords, the death of an idea or a situation, probably somebody's commitment. And we have the Queen of Swords, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius feminine energy, honoring boundaries, hearing beyond the bullshit, and using your sword to sever. Using the sword to sever, listening beyond the words, holding your vibration, being able to discern the truth in a matter. Yeah, totally being able to discern the truth in a matter. Having gone through a lot of changes, more exerting your intellect a lot. Okay. So for someone here, there's a breakup between a earth sign and an air sign in the past. At the bottom of the deck for this past clarifiers, we have the King of Cups. So did this happen because of emotional mastery? Did somebody separate themselves from a commitment that wasn't of a higher vibration, it feels like? So let's get into our handmade oracle. Soplalo. Okay, so I'm going to say this again, and I'm going to have to say this a bunch of times until it gets on my nerves, because I'm really not a good salesperson. I don't like being a salesperson, but I got to promote myself, and I don't have no shame in my game on that. So we're not doing $10 personal minis at the end of the shows anymore. The only people that can get those are top tier memberships. We just made memberships. We just rolled out memberships. Okay. So get yours if you want to be able to ask at the end of the lives. That's the top tier membership. And read more about it. You'll see that it's a great value. Also, thank you for all your choices to support by any of your memberships. But your $10 readings are still available. They're just going to come in the form of a TikTok. So make sure you purchase your TikTok, send me your question, and I'll get them out as quickly as possible. So it's not like $10 readings are gone. They're still here. They're just going to be TikToks. The only ones that I'm going to do live at the ends of the sessions will now be for the investor tribe investors. All right. So, why is this Hierophant here in reverse in the past, please and thank you? Why is the Hierophant here in reverse in the past energy, please and thank you? Yeah, there's some emotions going on here because It looks like because of this separation, because of this ending of a commitment, some sort of commitment ended. For somebody else, you had a higher level position at your job. You weren't the main boss, but you might have been like a higher ranking supervisor or somewhere in administration or something like that. And some change happens. Either you had like 2 weeks. Did you put in your 2 weeks notice so you could switch to another career? Oh, I heard you're taking classes first. So for somebody you recently put in 2 weeks notice. Okay. All right. Here we go. Clarifying the Hierophant in reverse. It's from the signature series, and it says, all that you are, love, source, God, you, me, we, us, that, it. So, where it applies to a relationship, you feel completely connected to somebody. You know, even if you broke up with him, you know that you and this person are deeply connected because you understand the divine is all, the all is one, the one is all. We're all that. All of us are that low source God energy. There's that understanding of that. And I feel like it's in both sides of the table. So, in the past, okay, is absolutely, we'll use the Morgan Greer Tarot to clarify each side of the table. So show me one side of the table with this past energy. Who or what was on one side of the table? Make this even clearer. On one side of the table, we have the Emperor. That's the Aries energy. That's the Father. That's the authority, the mundane authority. Thank you. Worldly authority. Let's see what else we have on the other side of the table in the past. This one really wants to come out. It's the Seven of Swords. Okay. Seven of Swords. So, Seven of Swords is Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius energy as it pertains to a person. So, somebody here caught another person either doing something dirty, like lying, cheating, stealing, sneakery. But here's the thing. This is what I see. If you could just see the cards the way I do here on the table, I see somebody here and saw. Just confirming what we're clarifying here. The Hierophant is at the bottom of the deck. They said, look at the bottom of the deck. No wonder. Okay. So this is what I see. I'm going to show you like this. I see somebody who turned their back to God and the divine plan. And I see another person who followed the divine plan right up to God. So that's what I see. In other words, what does God represent for you? Love source God. Okay. Somebody followed the divine plan. Somebody turned their back to it. They were very stubborn. They didn't want to follow through. That's what I see there in the past. Okay. Somebody didn't honor the commitment to the divine. Somebody said, oh God, if you let me have this, then I will do that. They didn't do it. Okay. So in the current energy, we have the Three of Fire, and it's Circe, I think is how it's pronounced. We're going to learn all about Circe next. Oh, hold on. I'm not done with the past. How could I forget our first round of trivia? We got to play trivia. You know I'm stuck on the trivia. So for our first round of trivia, clarify the Hierophant in reverse in the past, and it's coming right out. What do we have? It's a singer. It's Selena Gomez coming out in the clarifying the Hierophant in reverse. So for our 3 questions for our first round of trivia, true or false? Gomez's first TV role was on Hannah Montana. False. Her first TV role was on Barney and Friends when she was 10 years old. Hannah Montana is a teenager's show, a preteen show even. Barney and Friends is even more juvenile. There was some very juvenile behavior. Somebody who was very young. I'm also getting something about Barney and Friends. Somebody here was very much stuck on their friends in some kind of way. It's like, oh, friend, friend, friend. Okay, so there's something here about friends. All right, in the past. Our multiple choice question. At the age of 17, Gomez became the youngest ambassador yet for which charity organization? Was it United Way, MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, or UNICEF? It was UNICEF. Okay. Wow. Okay. So UNICEF is about feeding the children. Interesting. Feeding the children. Okay. Somebody broke a commitment that they had with God to feed the children. There's some children here. Definitely children. Okay. Third question. What is the name of the band Gomez performed with from 2008 to 2012? It was called The Scene. Never heard of The Scene. But The Scene. The Scene. So with The Scene, I'm seeing in this card, it's SCENE, as in like a set for a film or something. But the way I'm seeing it is The Scene. Somebody here saw that the other person had turned their back on the divine plan. They knew the divine plan. And Spirit was like, yep, don't tell them what you know. So I feel like somebody here held back information by divine guidance to allow a situation to unfold. And it had something to do with feeding children, okay? And somebody saw that, okay? It had to do with juvenile behavior, period. That's what we have in the past. So in the current energy, back to our dark goddess Tarot, we have Circe with the 3 of Fire. So let's see what we learn about Circe. And here we go. Circe is an immortal pharmakia, a sorceress, the goddess who is credited with the invention of magic. She lives on a sacred isle far from inhabited lands, located on the boundary between the sea and the river Oceanus, which encircles the earth. Friendly lions, bears, and wolves run through the walls of her home. Circe knows the lore of every leaf, root, berry, and flower. She blends medicines, she mixes potions, she heals and she poisons. She creates illusions that please her, glamours that hide or reveal. She is a necromancer, raising the shades of the dead to discover hidden information or foretell the future. Circe is known to be a friend to witches. An ancient invocation asks her to come cast cruel spells, hurt both these men and their handiwork. But Circe's most famous skill is metamorphosis, the transformation of one body into another, as the men of the wanderer Odysseus discover when they chance upon her shores. She pours an elixir into their drink of honey, wine, barley, and cream. After they drink, she touches her wand to their hair and chants a spell. Bristles sprout on their faces, their words become grunts, they are changed into animals. After Circe makes peace and makes love with Odysseus, she unspells his men by similar means, returning them to themselves. She then advises Odysseus on the rest of his journey, foreseeing what he will encounter. Her advice allows him to survive the dangers. She is not jealous, knowing he will have other women before finally coming home to be his wife. She has had her fun, and there are more portions to brew, more magic to cook up, and more powers to discover. When Circe appears, your creative ability is high right now. Make the most of it and make something. Express your creativity in any way and every way you can, through participation in the arts, or by planting, or arranging flowers, inventing a recipe, or developing a personal style. Permanence is an illusion, and permanence is boring. Everything changes, everything dies, but the journey can be a good one, and a legacy of work, of service, of knowledge, and of creation can remain. Mix up the things in your life. Do not keep everything in separate pigeonholes. Bringing in new elements adds vitality to the situation, but do so with thought and skill. Changing the appearance of yourself or your home is not a superficial act. It reverberates on other levels and creates deeper change. Dress for power and pleasure rather than conformity or invisibility. All right. So that's what we get from Circe. She is the Greek goddess of magic. With the Three of Wands energy for me, the common thing that I've always heard about it is your ships are coming in. With the Three of Wands for me, it's like you had that idea, you took the first steps, you did what you could do. Now you got to wait for the response to come back. So let's go ahead and clarify this Three of Wands. Why is this Three of Fire here? Why is Circe here in the current energy? So what do we have? We have the Tower. We have the Magician. We have the Lovers. And we have the Page of Cups. Page of Cups, Tower, Magician, Lovers. Okay, somebody here casted a spell to bring a new lover in, to bring a love situation about in their life. At the bottom of the deck is still the King of Wands. No, I mean the King of Cups. I swear I just shuffled this in front of you. Didn't I just shuffle this in front of you? I swear I just shuffled this in front of you before I took these out. Yeah, because the cards came out. And yet, we have the King of Cups at the bottom again. So, from your place of emotional mastery, somebody here casting that spell to draw someone or something in. So, let's see. On one side of the table, what do we have? Who or what do we have? On one side of the table. In the past, it was the Aries with the Emperor. Okay. In the current energy, what's on the first side of the table? Okay, starting here. Oh shit, they have one. The Five of Swords. And the Four of Cups. Right now at the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles. All right, let me get the Oracle card to go with this. What's the Oracle message to go with this Three of Wands, please? This signature card wants to come out. D-spell. D-spell. Oh, boy. All right, so here's what it is. I thought it was casting a spell to bring a lover in. It's casting a D-spell. Somebody did cast a spell to bring a lover in, and now there's a whole de-spelling going on, because in bringing a lover in, somehow there was some sabotaging energy here. So somebody's like, "Oh fuck, I don't want that. Never mind, take it back. You can have it back. Forget I cast a spell. Can we just delete the spell? Can we just undo the spell?" That's what somebody's doing here. Oh boy. Let's get our second round of trivia popping and get some more info on the current energy. While we have the Tower, the Magician, and Lovers. Yeah. The breakdown of somebody's spell is definitely a de-spelling here. Okay. And we have the Elephant in the current energy. You ready? Here we go. True or false? There are white or albino elephants. True or false? That is true. For our second question, Elephants are sometimes called pachyderms. What does pachyderm mean? Does it mean big ear, heavy animal, or thick skin? It means thick skin. Okay. Name 2 species of elephants. African and Asian are the 2 species. Okay. So in the current energy, one thing I see here, there are white or albino elephants. Most of them are not. Most of them are not white, but there are white ones. So it's like in the current energy, somebody here was being duped in the past, and now they have removed all illusions. So the Dispel card talks about spells. Okay, a form of words uses a magical charm or incantation, an ability to control or influence people as though having a magical power over them. And then I took down and broke down dispel and dispel. Dis meaning a part or a reversing force, and D meaning a removal or reversal. And then the other spelling of dispel means to make a doubt, a feeling, or belief disappear. So, yeah, I'm going to show you so you can see what I mean. Somebody is no longer under another person's spell because they have a pureness about them. They were able to see through some sort of trickery that was happening here. You might have, it might have come to you while you were cooking. Okay. You figured out, you knew somebody was up to some tricks and some games, okay, in the past. You didn't even realize what the hell was going on. You did not realize, but what you did see was some sort of deception there. You did see through some sort of lies there. You saw that. You didn't know how deep the shit got. And you know what? I did notice a couple things missing from around the house, you said. Somebody said, I noticed a couple things missing from around the house. Somebody's missing an item of value that is a piece of jewelry. Somebody's missing an adornment for their home. And they've started putting it together a little by little. This person, I feel like, is already out of your physical experience because I see you cut ties with it when you rejected it. But you've got a thick skin, and for some interesting, somebody was hiding their use of magic in your experience, but you found out. You found out all about it, and you brought your white light to it. You brought your pure energy to it, understanding that both the light and the dark are necessary to have balance. But you brought your pure spirit to it, and somehow, by whatever means you do it, you removed this. And this is happening in the present energy. You remove your energy from you. You destroyed the spell. I'm just saying, you destroyed the fucking spell. Somebody thought that they had you, and this person, they didn't give a fuck about God's law. They just went around casting spells for what the fuck they want. And they got their ass cast right up out your life. And now here you are, clearing the energy some type of way. So this could be as simple as maybe you do like saging or something like that, right? But it could be as complex as some kind of crazy candle magic, or herbs and spices and brews and baubles, and God only knows. The shit could get really complicated. So that's what I see in the current energy. Now, the other thing about this is when I looked at African and Asian, for a lot of you, this might be your ex. It was a sorry sack of shit who lied to you about what they was gonna do. That's just what I seen. And for somebody, I also saw you do like more Eastern style. So you're more, if there were words to describe your beliefs, your spirituality, you might be more Zen, more Buddhist, more Tao, something like that, But this other person, their practices have something to do with Yoruba. I'm hearing Yoruba or Santeria or stuff like that. That something that originates with African type of magic. That's one thing I'm getting. I don't know. And somebody don't want me to talk about that. Oh, you don't want me to talk about that? Interesting. But you figured it out. You figured it out. Your intuition showed you how something was missing. You might have realized that somebody stole something from your home and performed this type of shit. You didn't know that they were into it. And you're like, you know what? I'm tougher. The thick skin is giving me an I'm tougher than this. So for some of you, it wasn't actually a spell, but it was some sort of way that they had control over you. You're no longer under that control. Whatever it takes, you're not under that control anymore. Yeah, you cut ties with what you seem to be a toxic energy, verbally abusive, um, mentally mentally abusive, physically abusive, somebody who's just untrustworthy, and maybe two. Is it two of them that you parted ways with? All right. This is going to be interesting because didn't we just say the word Santeria? In the future energy, we have the death. And in this card, it talks about La Santa Muerte, the holy death. So let's find out more. I'm going to learn about this shit. I'm going to learn about all types of stuff that I never imagined I would, because all this stuff was never anything on my books to learn, on my list of things to learn about. And I really haven't gone into this book, and I haven't dealt too much with these cards because I just don't know that much, but I guess it's time to learn. So here we go. La Santa Muerte, Saint Death or Holy Death, is the beloved death goddess of Mexico and the United States. Once the Mita, hold on, let me sound this out. This is an Aztec sounding word. Yeah, Aztec. Once the Mixteca Mixtecaquihuatl. Mixtecaquihuatl. Once the Mixtecaquihuatl, that was the original name, the Aztec lady of the land of the dead and the protector of the souls. Under European influence, she appears now as a grim reaper with scythe and robe. She wears a necklace of gold coins and holds a globe of the world to represent her worldly power. She reigns over the destinies of life as well as the moments of death, for she holds all life's ends in her hands. Her people most commonly petition La Santa Muerte for a good destiny, a peaceful death. Most Holy Death, La Santísima Muerte, oversees the many needs of her people. She hears rituals for justice in court cases, for protection from enemies, for success in new business or in love, and for the removal of curses. Her people also ask to know the truth of things unseen. They offer her food and flowers, red, black, and white candles, tobacco, and tequila. They know the lady may grant any prayer. In providing a good life, in providing a good death, she feeds herself as well. For La Santísima is the hard and practical earth, the one who builds and sustains life by gripping, holding, and processing the dead. The robes of La Santa Muerte can be red, black, or white. She manifests herself as a trinity, as three distinct faces of death: La Blanca, La Roja, and La Negra. La Blanca, the white lady, is the gentlest, the most protective of her children, and the most often petitioned. La Roja, the red one, the passionate one, is invoked for purposes of love, lust, anger, and risk. The black one, the most mysterious, and dangerous of the three is called upon only in the direst of circumstances, only when one is truly facing the end. When La Santa Muerte appears, see the truth of the habits that get in the way of building a better life for yourself. Tear down the walls and slay the inner demons. Ask for knowledge and strength. Do not give up or lose faith that it can be done. A relationship is at an end. A relationship that may be between you and another or between you and your previous self. If it is right to say goodbye, say it and do not look back. If it is sad to say goodbye, first offer your tears for what has been lost. Bring an end to negative actions and energies directed toward you by another. Do not engage, but strengthen your position as much as possible and take your petition to a higher authority. Grow a pot of La Santa Muerte's sacred aloe, a spiny plant of the arid desert that is full of moisture and healing within. To offer your life to the goddess and be under her protection does not mean her scythe may not fall upon your neck at any moment. Awareness of death must come with both trust and acceptance and gratitude for the gift of each moment. Oh boy. So there's a lot there with the Santa Muerte. Let's see what we have from the clarifying tarot. Oh my goodness. What do we have from the death card? It's the Six of Wands. There's your victory. This is you overcoming whatever kind of spells, curses you've been under, whatever kind of external control you've been under, some getting out of somebody's manipulations, lies, deceits, trickeries. The Six of Wands is saying you're victorious over it. The Page of Wands is good news. And the Death card, clarifying the Death card, is saying, yeah, it's completely over. It's transformation. It can't come back no more. Once it's dead, that's it. Okay, and then we have the Four of Swords, and you get to rest. You get to chill and heal. Now, there's a couple other cards still here, and I'm trying to figure out why they're here. Let me see what we get, though. One of them is the Five of Pentacles. The other is the Ace of Swords. Okay, thank you. So, I'm like, why are you giving me extra cards? I like 4 clarifiers when I use these. Well, because of the truth, that's why somebody is out in the cold. And the truth is, you could do great all by yourself, or bad if you choose. Either way, you could do great all by yourself. You don't need any of this, whatever this was, bringing this spell, bringing manipulations, being control issues into your life. You don't need none of that. From the Handmade Oracle. Dude, this is totally about somebody trying to work with magic. The witch / witch bitch should have remembered, because karma never forgot, and she's only a bitch if you've been one first. Somebody gonna get all they little curses right back in their own head, in their own hand, in their own account, multiplied. They should have fucking remembered who the hell they was fucking with. They shouldn't have come mess with you. I'm just saying. That's what I know to be true. Let's get a clarifier over the Santa Muerte in the future. Ooh, I heard death is coming knocking to their door. Oh, shit. Oh, my God, that's crazy. All right. Why? They said, just do it. I'm like, fine. And here I thought I was going to make this a short and sweet. We already pushing on an hour again. Okay, so we have 2 I know. Thank you. They said because it's for both sides of it. Okay. So here's the thing. We have 2 I know cards. So one of them is the politician, George Washington. So for our third of what now is 4 rounds of I know trivia, true or false? In his first term, George Washington was elected unanimously. That is true. In the second, which of these documents was signed by Washington? Was it the Articles of Confederation, the Constitution, or the Declaration of Independence? It was the Constitution. It's law. Okay. What river did Washington lead his army across during the Revolutionary War? It was the Delaware. So there's something, wow. This is a family curse that goes all the way back, okay? All the way back, okay? All the way back. You've been elected by your ancestors, by your predecessors, by your family line to set right the law, by overcoming the bullshit that they laid the ground for you with. Oh my goodness, that's what I see with George Washington. We also have the duck, the mallard duck. So, true or false? The mallard is the most hunted duck in North America. That's true. And then, for our multiple choice, what is the name of the duck call featured on the TV show Duck Dynasty? Is it Duck Commander, the Quack Master, Duke's Duck Call? It's the Duck Commander. What are the proper terms for the male and female duck? The drake is the male and the hen is the female. So, here you are. The duck is the most hunted the mallard is the most hunted duck in North America. And the way we've been getting this, and it's coming through again in the energy of, it's amazing what you can get over. It reminds me of a post that I shared a long time ago. It might still be somewhere on my page. It's like, I've been broke down 1,000 different ways, and now I know 1,000 different ways to put myself back together or build myself back up or something like that. Something along those lines. If you've read it, you know what I'm talking about. But you get the gist of it. So, the duck gives that type of energy because the duck swims through water, and water representing emotions. When there's water splashing, the duck doesn't give a fuck. It keeps swimming to where it's got to go. It lets the water roll off of its back. So there's the energy here of being completely unemotional about this whole thing. I feel like in the beginning with this person in this experience with you, who very well looks like like it could be an Aries. Hold on, let me get some more water. Because that Emperor card, which I still need to pull those over here, they it's something about them not understanding that you were all the way for them. You were all the way for them. They were elected unanimously. You elected this person unanimously. In other words, you weren't against them. You were actually all the way for them, especially where this is somebody who you were dating or somebody who you were friends with or somebody who you were family. You were on there. You were like, go team you, right? You were on their team. You were with it. But there was some sort of trickery, deceit that brought the ending. So let's go ahead and get both sides of the table with this outcome here in the future. Show me both sides of the table. Okay, here's one. And it's the Hangman. Somebody's going to get held up. On the other side of the table, what do we have? That's too many fucking cards. Can I just take this one? Yeah? Okay. Cool. The Six of Swords. Moving on. Calmer waters. Really? Yes. Look at the other ones too. Okay. The Knight of Pentacles with the Hangman. So somebody here is going to be held up, unable to move forward. They think they're going to go somewhere. They think they got away scot-free or something. They probably think that you don't know that they have the shit that's missing from your house, but you know. So does God. Oh yeah, so does your whole spirit team. And so does their spirit team. Yeah, their spirit team don't like it either. All right. On the other side of the table, we have the Six of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. And that is telling me things in your life are going to be getting a lot easier. You're going to get a break. And you're going to get some money. You're going to get a new job. You're going to get a new house. You're going to get a new car. You're going to get some resources. You're going to get a raise. You're going to get a windfall. You're going to win the jackpot. You're going to win the lottery. You're going to win the publisher's clearinghouse. You're going to win a fucking raise at work. You're going to walk in the door and you're our 1 millionth customer. Congratulations. You're going to win something that don't make no fucking sense. Maybe you're going to the casino. You're going to hit the mega books, whatever it is. Congratulations. You got something good coming your way. At the very minimum of what it is. At the very minimum of what it is. You got a solid gold, fresh start to start a whole new life coming in for you. So the bottom of... Seriously? The bottom of the clarifiers is the Seven of Swords. I'm telling you, somebody here was fucking lying about some bullshit in the past. This goddamn emperor thought that they could get away with some shit and you wouldn't know. But Spirit showed you everything. And they also showed you how it was part of the divine plan. This is that energy again of somebody who had the chance to clear karma with you. And instead you cleared the curse and you cleared the karma. And now they're still sitting with it because they didn't step up to the plate. Let me just look below this Seven of Swords. What else? The fucking Hangman. I'm telling you, because they lied. Because they intentionally lied. There's one thing if you lie and it's a mistake because you forgot what the truth was, literally forgot what the truth was. It's another thing if you lie on top of lie on top of lie and you keep carrying that lie and you keep fucking lying and somebody, oh, that's a whole nother thing. They're going to be held up with that Hangman. What else? The Ten of Pentacles. And there's that ending a contract. And the Queen of Cups. Oh, they're going to be sad. They're going to be missing you. Because, what they really going to be sad about, though, is the karma that they're incurring. Oh, boy. And this is why, somewhere it came up to completely detach. And one of these things we read out of the book, they said, let it go, let it burn, don't look back. And that's why. Because you don't want to see what the fuck they going to have to go through for what they did to you. You don't want to know. Oh, boy. And all of this totally confirms what we got for our initial card today from the fairy dust, which was rain. Rain, rain comes today. Let all your troubles wash away. So this is the message that I have for you tonight. Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Later, baby.